Sorry, man, I wasn't. I'm behind. I think that the order green, you should be able to turn those on now.
Okay. That was on and green.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good to see everyone again. 9:16. That's like the fastest setup we ever did, and we're still getting started as late as we usually do. All right. Yeah, just really quickly, the reason I'm so frazzled and late this morning is because Ron had a paying job that he's at, so I had to pick up the coffee. What Ron has done for us, which I did not know, is tell Foxtail not to brew the coffee till he gets there so that it's piping hot, so it's still warm when he gets here. I didn't know that, so I got there at the time I thought I was supposed to pick it up, and I had to sit there and wait for it to drip. It was very frustrating. But we got coffee, and it's hot, so please drink it. Make it worth my effort, please. Awesome. And JHD has a summer intern, Rebecca. She picked up the donuts from Hero this morning, so thank you to her, but also thank you to Hero for giving us these donuts. And of course, the space that we're in, Line Creek, we're so grateful to be here. Just as a reminder, they don't even know this yet, but we are only going to be here through the month of July, and then starting in August, we're moving down to Launch Fayette, which is at the old Booth Middle School. I'm going to say it every week so that you don't have any questions. We're going to put it out on social. I'm going to make sure everybody has the map pin, because I think sometimes when people put in addresses, it takes them somewhere else. So I don't want that to happen to you. But I think you guys are going to really enjoy this new space. It's really cool. Startup Fayette was last night. There's only one person in the room. Well, 3 people in the room who were there last night, and 2 of them I recruited to be our speakers this morning, because as of 5 o'clock last night, I did not have anybody scheduled for today. So thank you to them for joining us. I'm excited for you to meet them. Our format here on Atlanta South is to really just have one presenter, and that's really because it's just so hard to find so many that we would double it up, right? But they are going to do 2 presentations, sort of, like maybe 1/3, 2/3, if you can call it that. So I'm not going to take up any more time up here. That way we can get out of here at a regular time, a normal time. So Ebony, why don't you come up and introduce yourself and talk about your business, and then you can bring Moses up for the second part. Make yourself comfortable. Make yourself comfortable. So since they are new, I'm just going to, and can I get a show of hands of anybody else in the room? This is their first time. This is your first time, right? I can't wait to meet you. We have a gift for you. I see you brought a notebook. You are prepared, but I'm going to give you a cooler one. It's a gift from 1 Million Cups. They appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for being here. We all do. This is a really great community that we have down here. But what is 1 Million Cups? I'm saying this for your sake. I'm saying it for your sake because everybody else kind of knows. 1 Million Cups is an organization that was started by the Kauffman Foundation with the purpose of caffeinating entrepreneurs across the country. That's their slogan. It's funny. It's why we love it. It's why we have coffee here. And I think it actually says it on the back of my shirt. I'm not sure. So the purpose, though, is for someone who has either a business idea or even an established business to be willing to be vulnerable and stand up on stage and share with us where they're at I like to think of it as market research, right? I mean, if you're trying to do something different and you want to hear what your community might think about it, this is the perfect stage for that. So with that being said, we have an established business and a startup both today. So I look forward to hearing their ideas. And as a community, we ask you, what can we do for you? So I kind of coached them a little bit last night, but just sort of be prepared to answer that question, and that'll open up the Q&A. There you go.
Thank you. Hi, good morning, everyone. This will be really short because, like he said, he recruited us about 7:30 last night. But my name is Ebony Nicole, and I am the senior trainer and managing director of Nicole and Associates. We got started here in Georgia back in 2016, and originally we were primarily focused on Microsoft SharePoint administration, a little bit of 365, but essentially just going in and training organizations that had access to Microsoft SharePoint but weren't really sure how to fully utilize it. Most people we talked to would say they hated the platform because it was just frustrating or you never could really find what you needed. And I just learned from experience that it was because a lot of people just didn't know how to use it. So over the next, we'll just say 6 years, give or take a baby and a couple of breaks, I focused on going in and just getting administrators trained on how to use SharePoint, the platform, how to build collaboration within their organization. And most of us here, I believe, are entrepreneurs or in trying to get into that space. When you're first starting, you're going to say yes to just about everything if you don't know better, because it's like, do you need help with that? Sure, I'll do that. Okay. Hey, we need a website developed. Well, I'm a SharePoint administrator, but I know how to develop websites. So sure, I'll take that job, like anything to keep the revenue coming in. And what I found was that after 6 years, I had said yes to so many things. We didn't really have a niche. I did the math, and I think I was making like $1 a day for some of my clients because of the 24/7 access that they had to me. They had my cell phone number. They were able to call me on holidays, on Super Bowl Sunday, in the middle of me hosting parties. Like, I just need you to get someone locked out of SharePoint into their site. And so eventually I realized like this was not sustainable. And there was no way I could even hand off some of the projects because a lot of the owners and my clients were a little spoiled. They only wanted to work with me. So even when I tried to bring other people on, they would still call my personal cell phone. And retraining them became a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. So I'm here today because we pivoted. So I've sadly parted ways with a lot of those clients. I've never imagined I would fire clients, especially in this economy. We need all of our coins, but I broke up with some of those clients, and a part of the pivot now has been solely focusing on training. So what we're doing is offering Microsoft 365 focused training. A lot of organizations and enterprises pay for a premium license with Microsoft, and they mostly use it for Outlook, Microsoft Word, and Excel. We not even a lot of people use PowerPoint even anymore, right? So you have this license, and it has all of these great tools attached to it. One of my most recent clients were paying for Calendly every month to be able to do their booking and like scheduling their appointments. They were also paying for MailChimp to send out mass emails. They also had a license and subscription for I can't even remember the name of it, but basically, in a sense, like a Dropbox. So you're paying all these extra dollars, which, I mean, it comes out to maybe extra $200 a month, but that's $2,400 a year extra that you're spending when the $24 license that you have already includes all of these features for free. So not only are we able to come in and kind of save them money, but introduce them to new tools and just help them to be more efficient. So that's where we're at. And the training is slowly crawling, but I'm here today to see like, who do I talk to? My most recent marketing approach has been scraping the internet. I found like a GMA site that awarded city managers and county managers like over the past few years, like city manager of the year here locally in Georgia. And I found their email address, and I'm sending them this cold email saying, hi, my name's Ebony. I'm a real person. I'm here in Georgia. Do you need Microsoft 365 training? Like one person responded, and they were like, oh, you could come in for $20,000. You can get a booth at our next event. Like, not exactly the feedback I was hoping for. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. What the pivot's looking like. It's a slow crawl, and I feel like I'm starting all over again. Although I've been doing this for 8 whole years, so I think that's it. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm really shy, in case you guys can't tell. Like, so nervous.
That was great. You did great. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I fully understand exactly what she does. And I also understand who it is that she's looking for. So our question to you is, what can we as a community do for you? Just to reiterate, why don't you go ahead and be very specific and targeted and tell us what you'd like. Who, if you could literally meet someone, who would that person be? And if you can't name a name, describe a department title or even the company they work for.
So I believe that specifically I am looking for the Leonardos of every single company. So he's our, the chamber president here for Fayette. Um,
Who she had the pleasure of meeting
who I
last
had
night
the
at
pleasure
Startup
of
Fayette.
meeting last night. Real quick, in a way to answer it, it'll be a short story. My dad is the city manager for the city of Mableton, and I am his pocket IT support, right? And so he's calling me for all of these off the record things. He can't hire me, obviously, like he's my dad, and that's nepotism and doesn't look right. But if I could have him in every city, in every county, that's who I want to talk to. Is somebody who knows that, yes, we're paying for the license. I know a lot of things could be getting done much more efficiently. We just don't know where to start. Or our people are doing the best they can. And so if it takes them 4 days to get an Excel spreadsheet together, then it takes them 4 days. Kind of trying to stick with municipalities or government entities. So that contact person within that organization, or any ideas that you guys have for sales funnels. I've tried those. I've tried social media marketing. So that's, I guess, a little more specific on what I would like from you guys today.
Great. Well, she met Leonardo last night. He's the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Fayette County. I'm already thinking, now that you mentioned city manager, I know the city manager of Peachtree City. I could get to the one in Noonan through the Chamber of Commerce there also, because I'm active and friendly with that president. There's a few people on the Downtown Development Authority of Fayetteville that might be like the lead in. Don't worry. Right now this is being recorded, so you can go back and
I'm gonna write all these things
and
down.
watch.
Like,
yeah.
Jason, you said
Honestly, that's why we record these.
Okay.
It's because we have a lot of people who would like to watch at home because they just can't make it here in person. And even if they don't watch it while we're live, they go back and watch it later. But you get to go back and watch it later. Okay. So all these notes are there for you. But yes, by all means, pick my brain anytime. And I see a hand up and I see others. So let's see what we can do to help her.
Hi. What kind of marketing have you done for it yet?
What's your name?
My name is Kevany.
Hi, Kevany. Hey.
Yes.
What kind of twin names? Kevany, Ebony. Okay. So it's been a lot of email cold calling in a sense. I did do a couple of social media campaigns where I hired a social media person to push some campaigns. She had some really great graphics. Jason, will you put that one graphic up that I emailed you behind me, just so I can share? Like, she was really good, but that was mostly it. We got really close to hiring a company that said they could do a 5% conversion. It's going to be so expensive with no guarantees. So I was like, let's just keep kind of trying this organic way for now, but mostly just like scraping the net for email addresses, randomly cold emailing these people, and then the social media campaign. Of course, word of mouth.
And I was asking because it seems like you have, or I've seen videos like on YouTube, Instagram, where people kind of teach like a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, so they teach a little bit, like little tips here and there. And then, so it gets people drawn in, and then they're like, okay, I finally want to use it. I've been caught that way. Like, I'm watching all these YouTubes, and eventually I'm like, okay, let me just call these people and hire them. Have you thought about doing something like that?
Okay, truth moment, no judgment. I lack consistency in that. So I tried a little channel, and people were supposed to submit every week, like, show us this little tip or trick. I think I stuck with it for like 3 months. The honest truth is, it's a little discouraging after you're really sticking to it and committing to getting a video out. I think I was doing maybe 3 to 5 a week. and the followers had got up to like 19. I was just like, this is not working. But I know that it's a time thing. So the truth with that is I just wasn't consistent with it. So maybe I could go back to maybe just doing one video a week of those little tidbits and see if we could grow. So I received the challenge on that one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Hi, good
My
morning.
name's Andrew Chambers. First of all, I want to, I've heard several presenters here, and I want to commend you on just your clarity and your voice. Your message was very, very clear. You articulated it properly, and I just want to commend you on that.
Thank you.
Two things that, to her point, and kind of piggybacks off of what she was saying, and what I do for myself. I've been following some marketing influencers lately, and one of the things that they've been talking about, which, like you said, when you're a grassroots entrepreneur and you're trying to build something, you just throw darts at the board. Just throw darts. You know what I'm saying? Something to stick. Let's make some money, right? But one of the things that she was really, really driving home, and I knew her when this particular one, I knew her when she was nothing, and now she has a $7 million a year online business.
Okay.
And she's done that in less than 10 years, from zero to that in 10 years. And one of the things she said is your natural instinct is to throw those darts. But she said one of the things, and when it changed for her, was she picked the social media outlet and she rode it till the wheels fell off. She learned it. And then when she was a master at that outlet, she leveraged it to build on the other platforms.
Gotcha.
So when you were talking, I'm like, I think she would be really, really great on like a LinkedIn. Your services, I think a lot of your niche could be found on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And so I wanted to say that maybe dialing in on one outlet so it's not so overwhelming and you can master it.
Okay.
But two, as a content creator myself, maybe 2 years ago, I had an idea of starting some content creation, and I started the thoughts of a YouTube channel. I knew I would not have the consistency to do a successful YouTube channel. And so what I did was I just started kind of talking to people I knew. And by the end of it, I really wanted to do this channel, but I knew I wouldn't do it all. And just by talking to people, I found a guy, he shoots it and edits for me. And another one of my guys handles YouTube.
Gotcha.
And so all I got to do is create the content consistently. And they also help bring accountability to me.
Gotcha.
And so, yes, it is very overwhelming to get those followers up, but the consistency, the key is in the consistency. My guy just told me yesterday, Drew, we're about to launch our 50th episode. And so I'm shocked that even happened, but I knew it's because I put this plan in place. And, you know, they're friends. They don't charge me nothing. We're doing this together. We're not doing it to get rich. If that happens, great.
Yeah.
But the content is getting out, and we're starting to recognize some of the exposure. So that's just a little bit suggestion that I had.
Thank you. I think those are both really good points. Focus in on one, and then even when you start talking about having the friends, it's that accountability, because it's like, hey, where's the material for this week? So thank you. That's very helpful. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Long time no see.
Just saw yesterday. Just yesterday.
My name's Octavia, and before now, my corporate life, I worked on campaigns on LinkedIn. So kind of LinkedIn is probably your best space. But the part I love about LinkedIn is their ad opportunities are better than what you see on like a Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
But you can also host your sessions there and collect information of your different demographics. But my go-to, I would say, since hearing you speak, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have Calendly. What do you mean there's another solution that I can use?
Mm-hmm.
The National Association of Counties has their meeting in the summer, their national meeting, and this year it's in Florida.
Okay.
It used to be one of my accounts, so I can make an introduction to you there. But all of the different people that you're saying you want to meet, send representatives from around the country there. I think they have their 235 counties represented. And so perhaps if your dad is also in that space, he might know some people where he could go along with you and help introduce you one-on-one. But they have an expo space, and they also are looking for presenters that can give sessions to help provide solutions. So kind of like that demo opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can, because they don't have time to really do it, you can follow up with them with your different opportunities.
Oh, that's so exciting. Thank you. And just so you know, give you this for free. Bookings. If you have your Microsoft license, go under all apps and check bookings. It's the exact same thing as Calendly. It may have a little bit of a clunk to it because obviously that's not their primary focus, but it 110% gets the job done. And I'll be so happy to like do a quick demo, like, or even maybe that'll be the first YouTube that I put up. And I'll make sure Octavia gets the link for it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anna. And first, a little bit of encouragement. I am a brand manager. I do marketing, I graphic design, and all the stuff.
Okay.
I do own an online store, and I'm struggling with social media.
Gotcha.
So,
I'm not alone.
exactly, it is a common thing. So I just wanted to like summarize what all they say, which is valid and it's true. What I realized at the beginning with my business is that my customers were not exactly on social media. They go there to be entertained and to discover new things, right? So I have to be there. So I'm still figuring out a way to be that for them on social media, to have that social presence, because it is important right now. That's the first thing that people do. I actually looked out for you like on Instagram. I couldn't find you.
I'm not on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook.
Exactly.
Yeah. Instagram to me is like what you said, entertainment. And I'm like, I don't have catchy,
exactly.
you know.
But what she said also, like Kenny said, like you can have some edutainment content then.
Gotcha.
So where you're teaching a little bit, like little nuggets of wisdom for, and attract people.
Okay.
What I am focusing on is on organic, which is SEO.
Okay.
And for that, you need a blog. You can align the blog with your LinkedIn. So you create content for your blog, and then you can repurpose that for LinkedIn or the other way around, and just have that social presence while just growing on the organic side with the traffic.
So you don't feel like blogs are outdated? Can you kind of like debunk that myth that that's old school?
That's what people say, but that's not true. Okay. That's the way to grow right now. The organic way to grow is with a blog, because you need those keywords. You need the search engines to find you. And the only way to get that amount of keywords is with a blog. Okay. So you need a good SEO strategy on your website, also a blog.
Gotcha. Thank you. Very helpful. Thank you, Anna.
I'm just going to second what she said. Difference being a blog is the best way to house your content that just has to live on the website. So the website becomes the most important thing. To debunk that myth, if you are paying attention to what's going on in the world with AI, even Google's search results page is now giving you answers at the top that are AI driven. Where is it getting that information from? Most websites, if you click on that to see where the source was, you're going to end up at some blog page. This isn't like the about page of their website that's explaining how to do the thing that you were searching for. So it is very important. Content is always going to be the most important thing. And the irony of the fact that AI and snippet is at the top is that they are still giving more reward, if you will, to not AI created content.
That's awesome.
I just wanted to say that also it's a good way if you're a shy person to be there and have a social presence until you are ready to show your face.
Gotcha.
So
that's
start
a
with
great
that,
point.
build a good foundation, and then just go for the next.
Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, we got one more. And you thought this was going to be quick. I told you.
Good morning. My name is Joel Smith.
You say Joel?
And I thoroughly enjoy your presentation. I work with an IT company called Digital Agent, and I sell those services you're talking about. I have no clue about it. I have some young guys that they implement it, they make it work. But one thing our company doesn't do is train our end users on those various features. So like we're using Calendly, and yet we have the 365, and I've heard about the different parts of it. So there may be an opportunity where you can be a contractor with my company, and then we introduce some of the services that you offer. We've got quite a few different subcontractors that work with us. And for the last 6 years, I've been researching and cold calling. And so what you do is what I've done, but I own my own business for like 25 years. So those first 25 years, it was like the low hanging fruit. I was able to pick them, but now I really have to figure this stuff out. Yeah. And I'm an old school Nortel technician trying to learn this new technology. You know, thanks to the fact that I have my wife that helps me with and kids that help me.
Mhm.
But I would love to, sit down and figure a little bit more about what you're doing and see how we can collaborate.
Oh, I would love that very much. It's very exciting. Thank you. And congratulations on 25 plus years. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. See,
All right.
the power of community, right? You make yourself you're willing to be vulnerable. You sit up here, you share, and the next thing you know, you've got a whole room of people supporting you.
And to think, I texted Moses from The Alchemist last night and said, "Hurry, people are talking to me."
Well, Moses, why don't you come up on stage? And just to explain, they have a startup. We're going to hear how far along they are, but they are very hesitant in even being here to share this idea. So I am going to end the Facebook Live, and we're going to keep what they show us here in this room. We're still going to give them as much support as possible. And who knows, some of that support may be, don't be so shy, put it out there. I don't know. Do you want 2 mics?
No.
Good. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Going to introduce you. All right, let's pretend you guys haven't seen me. Hi, everyone.